Hello and welcome to part 12 of the series where I play my old games. We are here at the darkest, scariest, and saddest project that I could call a video game that I don't think exists anywhere else. And that's mainly due to it just coming straight from my head. And what you're about to experience here, this is, part of it, calling it a game feels true to what this is, but another part of it is that this is almost not a game. And I say this because the actual gameplay of this project is very minimal. I mean, it's pretty much just menus and camera shots and camera angles, and there's going to be a lot of reading. And I don't know how I'm going to get through this whole game and not completely bore anybody watching and just listening to me read this. I'm going to try and make it as engaging as I can. You can try and treat this as this is a visual novel game, so you can kind of treat this as maybe a podcast or just hearing me talk because I'm going to be reading and reading and reading. It doesn't sound interesting when I just say it like that. This is very horror oriented and there's not a lot of jump scares. There are jump scares, but they're very deliberate and there's not that many. And I made them, some of them are just dumb. Some of them are kind of cheap, but there are elements of like terror, horror, atmospheric things going on. But what I aim to do with this game is to not show a single human, not show a single person. There's going to be voices and maybe sounds of humans doing things, but I try to do a story where you do not see a single face. The only other face you see is the masks that you will find as you just play through. But other than that, there's no face. There's a human hand, but it's only a photo of one, so it's still not even. So, a little bit of backstory as to how this all came to be, because this game here, what you're reading, the title screen, Field of Forgotten Fire, this was born out of some deep, deep feelings that a man like me has. And I think around this time, I discovered Silent Hill. Like, I went back and played like the original Silent Hill games, and I discovered and I dove very deep into the history of the game, and I went back and played them. I fell very deep into Silent Hill, like just as I started making this. So you're going to see a lot of Silent Hill inspiration. That's just I had just newly discovered that franchise. I was so deep into it. I was showing like friends and family like the movie clips and like the renderings of Silent Hill. Like I would go back and just make them watch like YouTube videos of it, and I was really so into it. And a lot of what is going to come from this game is what I may have pulled out of Silent Hill, but there are other movies and horror-oriented media that I've consumed that has also influenced this game. But to be fair, this game doesn't really resemble anything else that I can think of because of the gameplay, because of the camera perspective, because of the controls, and because there's just too much fucking reading. I I don't know. I aimed to make a game, but I ended up creating a visual novel, and I don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, I when I go back and like play this, I'm like, holy shit! Like, why did I make this again? Like, I was thinking puzzles, but I just added so many words in here, and I was not thinking about voice acting. I wasn't thinking about gameplay. I was thinking of my goals here for this story, for this game, I think was to express my deepest inner sadness, but then to also experiment with creating a very original story that is going to be presented to you very originally and also going to be played like no other way you've played before. But I feel like after you've seen the gameplay, some people might say this it's just boring. You're just clicking a button and reading on and on and on, and then others might really be into it, like into the atmosphere and all of the little intricacies that I've thrown into this game, because best believe I did not just create a little visual novel. I've done something here that I really have not seen before. I honestly want to show it, but I'm also a little bit nervous about the reading. We're gonna see how it goes, but uh, yes, Field of Forgotten Fire. it is going to be all about a sunny summer setting in the middle of a grassy field, and there's going to be a lot of fire. And I'm going to explain to you why there's going to be a lot of fire. And I'm going to do that in a very slow, drawn out, wordy manner. And see, I was aware of this while making this game, but I just knew that that was what was going to work best for what I was doing here. But to to kind of get around knowing that I was going to be writing a lot, I tried to make the writing itself very magnetic. Like I'm gonna it's gonna rhyme a lot. It's gonna be very short to the point, but it's also gonna be extremely metaphorical at the same time. Uh, it's going to be just a couple lines, that you're gonna read that you should be able to just kind of swiftly read it and get the information. You shouldn't even have to read a lot of what you're gonna see here. A lot of the button prompts are just single words so that I can just kind of help you understand what your next action will be. This is all using like one UI system in Unreal Engine 4, and I think it's about 5 MB, but I do not know how because I coded so much of the coding is just in the menu itself. That's it. And then the menu is going to be connected to all of the in-world objects and blueprints and pawns that are going to be spread across the world, and all the puzzle setups that I have. And it's all going to be put in one single level. And I think it actually came out quite ergonomic for the fidelity of the game because it is extremely high fidelity. And honestly, it's not me. It's all the assets I stole. It's all of the tips and tricks that I have garnered over the years, all of the artistry and the love for art that I have picked up over the years, that I have been able to achieve this lighting. But also, it's just the software. It's just Unreal Engine. What the hell do you want me to say? I mean, Unreal does do a lot of the heavy lifting for me. Although you do have to make sure it runs well, and you do have to make sure that you are not overloading Unreal with everything you want to do in the game. And you have to be very concise when you're building any game. It doesn't matter how nice the lighting is gonna kind of look for you. You have to know how to get it to look that way and to be performant and to work in all angles and to work with the game that you're actually trying to make. So it's a lot more than it seems, although you do get a huge kind of jump start with the lighting because it kind of does do a lot of it for you, but you have to know how to implement it to make sure that it looks right all the time and runs well. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to play the oldest version that I have of this game. So there are going to be a lot of bugs, a lot of typos that I might catch, and I want to show that older version because there is something I haven't mentioned about this game. Yes, this is an old game, but I will talk about it at the end as to why I'm going back to replay it and why I'm going back to replay the old version of this game, because I think there's about 3 versions and the newest version is going to be talked about at the end of the video. But we're going to play the first version of the game, and I'm just at the title menu, but we're going to go to the original title menu. Alright, so now we're here on the earliest version of Field of Forgotten Fire, and these 2 games you see here we've played them already, and you can go back on the channel and look at both of these games because I did play these, but I kept saying that I would not go back to this one and save it for a later date, and that's what we're doing today. So I'm almost hesitant to not play this version because I know there's a lot of bugs that we're gonna run into, but I still want to go through it and see what I have changed in the newer versions of this, because I did update this. Get ready because it's gonna become very sad and somber, and if you don't really like that sort of atmospheric, kind of like dreary, sort of sad, like down low sort of feeling, that's what this game is gonna do. That's what it's going to impose on you if I'm doing my job right with this game. But for those of you who have felt very deep, sad feelings and, went out in nature one day to kind of, you know, let those feelings weed off, this is kind of that vibe you might be getting. And it goes a lot darker than that as you play through the game. Uh, but there's no blood. I actually made it a rule to not have blood in this game, to not show anything explicit, to really leave it all to your imagination. So a lot of it's going to look very serene and summery, and uh, but as you play and as you read, it's going to to add this tone to the image that you're seeing. And that's kind of that's what I'm aiming for as you play through and read. And yes, it's a lot of reading, but once you read it, it really adds all the context to what's going on as to what's really happening in this sometimes motionless scenes. So, all right, so I think it's time to give this game a go because I might sound a little happy, but it's gonna get dark. So let's go. Subjects regarding mental health, suicide, depression, and murder are in this game. Player discretion is advised. I promise you it's not that dark. Wow. Okay, so Field of Forgotten Fire. So the way this game is gonna go, you press the context button right there. I just named it that, but you press that, and whatever you press, that's what's gonna happen. Sometimes you get a different choice. Sometimes you can go back. Sometimes you can go on to like a branching path, but for the most part, you just press A, and it just takes you to the next thing. Uh, so that doesn't sound exciting, but again, it's really what you're here for is the story, the visuals, the tone, and the atmosphere. So, all right, let's descend. I knew you well, and I watched you fall. You cried for help, and I let you rot. It is time clarity is brought forth, time to push my sorrow out of the clouds. The field holds more than death. That is why I stand here now. I cannot move forward without accepting my actions, yet my actions are hazy even to me. Still it haunts me. The winds chill my skin further knowing this phrase. You can't kill someone who's already dead. Alright, and then you click like 3 times to go to the next thing. Place mask. Ugh, Jesus. I didn't even try to fix the modeling there. I just downloaded it off of Sketchfab and called it a day. Motherfucker, like, what did you want me to do? I was trying to make the whole damn game, not that thing. Okay, anyway, speak. What the fuck? Mask. I am the mask of pain. Do not wake me, for those who seek relief deserve none. Dot dot dot. Oh god. Okay, so I gave you the option to press don't wake or wake. Don't press, don't wake. It ends the whole game. I don't know why I made that the decision. It just ends the whole game. But press wake. Mask, you have chosen. Am I the murderer? Dot dot dot. No, mask, no. But I've killed someone and I don't know who. Mask, the one whom you perceive dead still stands. So they're alive? Mask, no. Then what do you mean? Dot dot dot. Mask, the truth must be opened by your own hand. I can't trust my own hand. It appears that is the cause of my actions. Mask, mercy is not found here. Only you can take the grass of this land and read its leaves. Fuck! What the shit? Alright, I gotta stop being so silly with this one, but next. Okay. These photos scattered around have been thrown away long ago, but there are markings on each of them now. My old padlock is here as well. Okay, that's a glitch that I fixed, and I figured it out in the later updates. But here we are with the first puzzle. And we have photo. Let's start with photo 1, I guess. Right? XXX. Okay, examine. In addition to the subtraction, it seems to have been divided first. What? What? Photo 2. Examine. The number 10 It's not on the padlock. Uh, Jesus, this is confusing already. Photo 3. Examine. A fifth slash digit is missing. Okay. Something else is marked at the corner of the photo. Oh, jeez. I'm already so confused. Photo 4. There are no letters on the padlock. Okay, yeah, but it says 2T. So that means I would I meant that this is supposed to mean like top, bottom, middle, but I don't even specify that anywhere. I just put 2T. Like, how the hell are you supposed to know? So interesting. And then the Eski box. What did I write? The XC box? The fuck? Um, closer, closer. Oh, I did refer to it top, middle, bottom ring. So, look, we're just gonna skip right on to this shit, okay? It's just 204, okay? I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I made this shit, of course. Mask. I am the mask of ego. Careful, for ego I destroy. Tell me, whom have I taken the life? Dot dot dot. Mask. Your ego hasn't accepted the life you had. No answer can be given. My ego can't go on without clarity, Mask. An answer must be given. Mask. Only when in vain can the ego accept what you desire. Then answer me this. Who am I? Mask. Broken from the very ego you wish to restore. You've said enough, Mask. Goodbye. Mask. Destroy me as you might, but knowing your fate will only break it. My fate has been left to rot. Maybe a trip to my past can help. I'm done talking to masks. Alright, and we move on. And I pan through each photo. And you can't skip through that. So that's great. Oh my fucking god. Jesus. A butterfly. A hand. A blade. Okay. And then a red book. With beautiful foliage. Taken closer to paper and further from pain. And a bone. How's there a bone out here? Those that hiss, those left blind. Knotted the rope that pulled me behind. The butterfly kept me calm with wind passing through. My hand to the page amidst blood and grass blue. Threads to the wings I carefully weaved. To no avail, a dead mind indeed. And then an ugly fucking Grim Reaper model that I so desperately tried to model myself. Alright, and now we're at the papers section of the game. And, alright. These papers, I've owned them before. But they were packed into my bags before throwing them away. What are they doing here? Alright. He bled! He burned! It's done! The fuck? Next paper. They lied! They deceived! They... Bring me hate! They bring... Oh, they bring me hate! They bring me lies! Take the pain away! The pain is so high! The hell? Help her! Help him! The flicker of a lie! The flicker of treason! I tried! I fought with a heart of gold! Persons of steel! With my heart they stole! Okay. Calm I remain, 7 colors written more. You can find solace in the person who is poor. What? A blade. a butterfly, a hand. Correct the wrongs of man. Soulless kept him calm, yet they continued to grip stronger. Begging for a chance, he pulled out a paper. He wrote in his words, "Retrieve the Great Dane." Realizing the truth, he had failed to live with no one to blame. He wrote once more, "It's not yet done. I have to fight harder, perhaps to come out number one." He did it, it's done. A task never to be undone. He wasn't done yet, for the last task to have none. The travel lasted long, the decision was made. Let loose to the body, burned like a rave. Like a what? Smile from the flame in hopes to have won. Quickly turned charred, never to be undone. Grass laid flat, corpse spread far. He looked around. A work so bold the body would clap. The grass swayed joy, and a hand took a jab. Papers flew with tears per page. He's done it again, still trapped in his cage. Silence filled the winds. Grass died in vain. Where are they now? At the man's grave. And we're done with that. Can you believe that shit? I don't know what I wrote. Actually, I don't know where some parts of that came from, but a lot of that was to really paint a picture for you, and I hope you understood that picture. But let's move on to the next area. This is the picnic section. So it was supposed to be like a picnic situation, but didn't really go as planned, as you see. So let's go a little closer. Read. Dead grass burned and fried. From flesh to ground it rot with pride. Chest and arm were scattered from. Dead grass swayed with wind and rum. Fire singed the bright sky. Shadows cast a praying man cry. See him now, for it is done. Dead grass laid with dead man's son. Now I got one freaking typo in here that I thought I got. It's right there. Shadows cast a paying man. No, it's supposed to be praying. Damn. Alright, that's the first one I caught, so moving on. Next. Okay. Think back. When did it all start? When did it change you? I can think of many times, but generally it was an idea, which then turned into an obsession. What was the idea? Innocent at first, but then led down an unsavory path. Yes, but what did it entail? Lots of freedom. Freedom to do what I wanted, to dismember myself, my mind. But that ended up in a death. The death of someone I no longer know. Like the leaves, you wish to flow in the world. Or is it quite the opposite? I often wish that was the case. It'd be easier. Did you really commit a murder towards someone unknown? I know what I've done, but I don't know how it came about. The details surrounding such actions are faded. What did the person's face resemble? Do you know them previously? I did, long ago. Were you planning to kill someone that day? I don't know. Then what happened? Something broke me, something deep in my heart. Sometimes it feels as though I'm deliberately holding up a wall to forget it all. But my head was stretched far into the dark, enough so that it was cracked. So your mental health permitted you to move forward. Dot dot dot. Maybe. Well, in light of your doubt, you may need to know something. What is that? You didn't kill the stranger. Okay. We're at the Tractor Section. We might get through this whole game. Let's see. Let's keep going. There's something under the wheel. Closer. Go closer, okay. Was that a bone crack? Yes, it was. Look at this camera angle. Are those bones? Dot dot dot. I used to hide out here to get shade, but this spot always felt too warm. How could someone have hidden a skeleton here? Do you see the skeleton? The heat, it's growing just beside the wheel. Ah! The grass, it doesn't burn, as though... Hand. Believe the words you find in the forever tree near. It's the skeleton. It spoke from beneath the ground, under the ghostly fire. Hand. Come closer, hear my words, though uncanny it may be. Dot dot dot. A hand, a painting of truth. Hand. A painting of truth lies by the roots of the forever tree. Unsew the wings and unveil proof to what I say. No, this skeleton, it can't. Hand. My charred bones plead to you. From the dead branches of the eternal tree, an answer is here. The mask also whispers a message. Dot dot dot. Flee the ghostly flame, find the forever tree. Dot dot dot. I don't know, why did I put that everywhere? Is it true? The one I've left. Dot dot dot. Forever tree. Oh no! Oh no! Badly animated Grim Reaper! Damn! Why does it look like that? Oh no. Whoa! Whoa! Wait. Holy shit. I forgot about this setup. I changed this in a different version. It's completely different now. Oh my god. Wow, I remember this setup. Okay, I don't remember how this is gonna go. So let's see. Closer. This painting, it's been ruined by these letters. To the sides are the old butterfly toys I used to own. I will trust what these letters will spell in the end. Alright, we got another puzzle here. So, the painting has random letters ruining it, right? Like it's supposed to mess up the painting. But as you turn these butterfly toys, they are going to be appearing, but you have to spell it out. So, turn it Q, and I think that's a blank, and then that's a letter. So, ta, he, I don't know. So I have to use this. Oh, okay. It. Alright. F. It. Fa? Like, what? S. A. Um. Oh, there's two A's. W. So there's supposed to be three. A. It. I wonder if you can catch it before I solve it, because I already know the answer. W A S. It was he. It was him. He murdered him. But no, keep going and R. It was Raul. It was Ray. um, it was M. It was Raymond. G. Um, I think it's M. blank. It says, wait, so it is. Mask, is this true? It was me. Did you know? Did you catch it? Yes, you have chosen truth. As the mask of self, let the wind guide you now. You've done it, now to be undone. Okay, I think we're getting to the end. It was me. I killed myself. I don't want to believe it, but it makes sense now. The air touched me different. The grass flowed wrong. I should have known. The pain from the flames split my eyes. The death of me is my reality. Be safe, my cousin. That field has always intrigued you. I'm glad you're going. Like to see you happy like this. Please show me the piece you're working on when you go home. And hey, I wanted to say this. I hear you cry sometimes through the walls. Whatever whatever you've been through, I want you to never give up. Times can be hard to fight, but the grass is always greener. She cared so much for me. If only I returned the favor. Now it's clear what happened. In pursuit of achievement, and the flick of a bottle took rum to my body. Fire known only to me hit my body. Amidst the mirage, I still smiled, hoping to be the peace that stood proud. My dying sight, it went gray. Then I stared back at myself, merged in the ground, a ghost in the grass. An unfinished sculpture left in the wind. But the mistake was heard when a thought peered. I've murdered this man without knowing his life. But I was wrong. The man was me. The flames had spoken. They'd spoken to me. For all it left in the end, a dead mind, indeed, a beautiful dead mind. There's more reading. Jesus. In my own hands, I met a fall. I searched for mastery and met misery, looking for something bigger than myself. I allowed for perpetual jabs, aching for an end. Hiding truth and covering it with hope. I'm sorry to myself. I've neglected my life. Neglected all it had to offer in pursuit of art and cut it short. I am dead now. To the next life, be free. Let the pain carry you forward and bring you to clarity and happiness. Don't ever give up, or the grass will burn. Farewell to mercy, to the chains that held tight, can now be hinged away. Free you shall forever fly, buddy. God, that was a lot of reading, no? That's it. So, yeah, that was, I would say, the saddest game to ever exist. And maybe me, like, kind of not taking it that seriously and just reading it as fast as I could. And I've written it so it was quite easy to read over because I kind of memorized it, sort of, kind of like as I was reading, I was remembering. And this this project, I think I just put my deepest emotions into it, and that's kind of shown through the writing, I guess, with all the metaphoric and poetic and almost song-like writing, right? I'm trying to rhyme everything and make it flow so that you won't get bored while you're reading it. Because I know in a lot of games, you'll go up to, you know, your little journal in your menu, and you'll see like a giant block of text, and that's just overwhelming. You don't want to read that, especially when you're playing an active game, or it's a scary game, or something that's like not having you read so much. But with this game, since you that's all you're doing is reading and clicking, uh I think having it flow like that was what gave it the best uh chance at keeping the player, engaged. But yeah, this is the title screen of the previous game where this first spawned. And what's cool is that uh, this is just one iteration. I made another iteration with this game. And I do want to show you some cool things before we go. So after all of this. So what I added to this game to make it a little bit replayable actually is you can change the time of day. And there's four different times of day, and including the daytime, this current one. This is just day. I think the next one is fog, like Silent Hill. Obviously, it's gonna look very much like Silent Hill. Let's see. And you can play the whole game in this lighting mode, and it's very cool. And the entire game will look like this. Um, and then the next lighting mode is sunset mode, and everything is going to look super sunsetty, and it's just mainly for the aesthetics. Yeah, mainly for the aesthetics and lighting. The last time of day, or there might be another one, but after that one I think it's nighttime, which is my favorite. Oh, never mind. I did add a nighttime version, but it's going to be in the next version. But yeah, I think the coolest one to me is the Silent Hill one, but the most interesting one is definitely the sunset one. Just gives you this super intense kind of look, and I love it. Yeah, please ignore that freaking glitchy like like party animal grass we got going on. It was just a really stupid glitch I never fixed, but it is fixed in the next version. But that is it for this video. I thought I was gonna cut this game into like multiple parts. I thought it was gonna be like really drab to listen to and play, but I got through it all in one go. But there is a lot more for this game because I went back and I just really wanted to like spruce it up a bit. But sprucing up turning it into a whole brand new game with so many new things. But the core gameplay is pretty much the same. The visuals are much better. I think this is in Unreal Engine 4, but the next one is going to be Unreal 5. So the lighting is obviously going to look a lot better, and it's going to have Lumen enabled in the next version. And uh, I basically redid all of the environment. Like so much of it looks way, way different, sharper, better, shadows are better, better performance, everything is better in this game. Um, and this may look extremely nice to you, but it's actually going to look literally movie-like in the newer version. Um, and if you want to play this, I am gonna have this available coming like this year, just because I really want to share the newer version of the game. It has so much more going on with it than in this version. And a lot of the typos are fixed, a lot of the bugs are fixed. You probably noticed while I was playing, there's a little bug where I kind of had to press multiple times to keep the little context button going, but I believe I fixed that in the newer version because I that was driving me nuts and I found out what it was. So that is also going to be something that I want to like show off because I polished it like no tomorrow. Um, and I really want to share this game with people who might like it, who might like the vibe, who don't really, you don't have to really care about all the text. If you just like all the cool lighting effects, you just want to stare at that, I mean, you're probably going to get bored with that after a minute or two. But if you find any interest in this, if you find any interest in delving deeper, even into the story, because the story itself, I had put so much effort into. I would sit for hours and like just think it through and like really, really analyze what I wanted the story to be. I mean, and to be honest with you, it came out cool. I think it's mysterious and sad and stuff, but um, it's coming from a younger version of me, and I'm kind of seeing the flaws, the blind sides I had as a younger person who had less knowledge about mental health, who had less knowledge about their own sadness, my own sadness, um, and it's it all just kind of culminated into like a project that I just really wanted to make, and I so happened to just be a very depressed person at the same time while making this game, and I'm sure there's someone out there who's gonna relate to what this game is talking about and who might enjoy the metaphors, who might enjoy the Silent Hill kind of feel, who might enjoy the little mechanics that I threw in here, even though it is a very basic, just kind of click through your way to beat the game. But again, I was aiming for like a visual novel kind of situation. So, I mean, hey, you know, this this I wasn't ever aiming for this to be something big or I wasn't ever trying to make this a really consumable thing. I did, but at the same time I really wanted it to be what it wanted to be, and it just so happened to be a visual novel. Even though I don't play visual novels and I barely have ever played a visual novel, and I probably won't ever. Well, that's not true. I'm sure at some point I will. At some point I may have. But safe to say, I am not a visual novel gamer, yet I made a visual novel. It's so paradoxical, I don't even know what to say about it. Although I will say I think I executed it quite finely in my own manner, if you will. But yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, the title says No More Dreams, but I do hope you have some nice dreams after this video because it's hot outside and the game really portrayed that today. So yeah, I think I'm rambling now, but thank you for watching if you're actually gotten this far, and yeah, have a good one.